Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a new edition of Merrill's Monday Morning Market Madness. Coming at you today with some very interesting numbers and information about what's going on in the Phoenix metro housing market, and just sharing some additional thoughts with you. As always, I like to begin with the month supply of inventory. It's as if you're first time watching, it's my favorite metric to look at what how competitive is the market compared to previous weeks and years, and it's kind of an index, if you will. But it's not an index, sorry, but it's a way of measuring how hot the market is. So right now, active on the market, 4,422 listings. It has never been that low. That is the lowest we've ever seen on a Monday, and likely it will probably drop, or it might drop below 4,000 active listings this week. We've been losing an average of about 300 listings a week. So 300 listings, more homes sell every week than what is coming on the market. So it's dire. It really is. And what we're running up against with most sellers is they want to move, but they can't find anything to buy. There is no inventory. There's nothing available to buy. And so even people who want to move, despite the fact that they can get a sky high price for their house right now, well, you'd have to pay a sky high price for the house you want to buy. So that doesn't necessarily win you anything. Plus, people are afraid that their home is going to sell in an instant and then they won't have anything to buy. We do have some possible solutions to that. I'd love to have a deeper conversation with you about it. We've got a couple of programs that can help people be able to buy the new home without selling the old home first, without having to pay double mortgage payments, and some other possible solutions. So if you're in that boat, you're thinking about selling, but you're concerned about being homeless, I'd love to have a conversation with you and share some of those solutions with you. And maybe I'll talk more about those in a different episode. So anyway, 4,422 active listings, 13,289 listings are pending, and 7,341 have closed in the past 30 days, giving us a month supply of inventory of 0.6. The only now 0.6 is also the lowest we've ever seen on a Monday. But honestly, the only reason it's even that high is because the number of homes that sold in the past 30 days was only 7,341, which is a pretty low number. With 13,289 listings pending, we are going to see that number climb back up into the number of homes selling in a 30-day period is going to go back into the 8,000s, maybe even 9,000s by summer, which means that we're going to have like a 0.4 month supply of inventory. In other words, if no new homes were to come on the market, how long would it take before everything on the market would be sold? And right now we're at about half a month, and it's getting even more extreme every day. So I want to share with you kind of a quick thought. I have been seeing, I've had a couple of realtors comment to me, and I've also been kind of seeing a sentiment that people don't like the content that I'm putting on this show because they think that I'm scaring. There's a sentiment that we're scaring not just me, but other realtors who are talking about these numbers and talking about how desperately low our inventory situation is, that I'm scaring buyers into feeling like they have to act now, and that is just feeding the frenzy. It's just causing even higher than necessary buyer demand, which is creating an even worse inventory situation, and the problem is perpetuating itself. And that a good agent should just take every buyer under their wings and help them get a house and do whatever it takes, and don't scare them with the numbers. And I can't disagree with that more. I'm all about educating people. I'm not a pressure salesperson. I want you to understand what's going on in the market. I know sometimes when I think about making buying an investment property or something like that in another market, it's scary to me because I feel like, I don't know how confident I am that I really know what's going on. Like, do I really feel like I've got a good sense for the direction that the market's doing? Is the value of this property going to go up, or is it going to go down? And, what's the, I want you guys to feel like you really know what the market is doing in the Phoenix area. If you want to make a move, whether that's buying or selling, I want you to feel like you're educated in that decision. Not that we're hiding the information from you to keep from scaring you. I don't want to scare anybody, but I want you to be educated and know, what the market is doing. All right, I'm going to end with this. I wanted to look at how much have all realtors know right now, the market in the Phoenix area is absolutely bananas. Every single house, multiple offers, selling above list price. It feels like buyers are waiving the appraisal contingency completely, or sometimes saying that they'll pay $10,000 or $20,000 above the appraisal if it comes in low. Buyers are waiving inspection periods. We're not seeing that one as often, but it is happening. We're seeing just people are offering $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 over list price sometimes and still not getting the house. Just over the weekend, I had a client offer more than $30,000 over the asking price with a partial appraisal waiver, and we did not get it. So, I mean, I can just tell you that's what we're seeing in the market right now. It's really scary. It's really hard. It's really hard to be a buyer right now. The market is very competitive, and so anyway, I thought what would be interesting, it would be to look at how much have home values risen since November. But I wanted to look at just kind of your typical house. So what I did is I looked only in Maricopa County for this. I wanted to look at homes in Maricopa County that sold in the month of November that are a single story, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 to 2,000 square feet, 2-car garage, no pool, not in a 55+ community. So I tried to just kind of narrow it down to like what's a very, very typical normal house. Oh, and I also looked at standard lot sizes. It had to be on a 5,000 to a 10,000 square foot lot. So kind of just looking at your very, very typical 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. Okay. So in Maricopa County in November, that house sold for an average price of $337,164, which was an average price per foot of $199.37. This was November of 2020, not even a full 3 months ago. In February of 2021, now, of course, we're only 22 days in so far, but thus far, the same house average price is $364,937 with an average price per foot of $216.34, meaning that we've seen an increase of over 8% in both the average price and the average price per foot, around 8.5% in just 2.5 months. That it should paint a picture. And by the way, that has happened over the course of December and January, which are the slowest months of the year. So that should hopefully paint a picture for you of where we're heading. I mean, if average prices rose by 8% every 3 months, we would see an average increase of 32% a year. I don't think we're going to see that this year. I think we'll probably end up with something like, 20%, 25%. But the fact that it's gone up more than 8% in 2.5 months during the slowest time of the year should give you an idea of how competitive the market is and what it's doing. I maintain that I do not think that we are heading for like a major bubble or crash. Yes, prices are rising dramatically, but it's a lot of buyers coming in with a lot of cash and getting super amazing 30-year fixed rate loans with insanely low interest rates. And we could easily add 25,000 listings to our market without without shifting into a buyer's market. It would just be a balanced market. We would have to add 25,000 listings without selling anything. So we have a very, 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 very long way to go before we're worried about a bubble. What we're seeing is just insanely high demand combined with insanely low supply. So anyway, those are my thoughts for this week's episode. If you have any questions, you want to know a little bit more about, what's going on in your neighborhood or in the market, or you want some additional stats that maybe I didn't share, I would be all too happy to get that for you. So please reach out, let me know how I can help you, and you all have a great week.